Absolutely not. Lena cross-slammed her cocktail down, making the ice cubes rattle. Across the table, Maya didn't even blink. Hear me out. No. The answer is no. Never. Not even if. Jason's bringing Tiffany to the retreat. Lena's rant died in her throat. Tiffany. The junior analyst with the collagen lips and zero personality who'd replaced her in Jason's bed 3 months ago. Maya leaned in, victory gleaming in her eyes. Picture it, you show up with Carter Hayes on your arm. The guy Jason openly hates because he's smarter, hotter, and actually got promoted last quarter. Lena's traitorous brain supplied an image, Carter's stupidly perfect smirk, the way his dress shirt stretched across his shoulders in the break room. I'd rather French kiss a blender, she muttered. Liar. Maya flicked a peanut at her. You two have that hate flirt thing down pat. Oh Carter, your spreadsheets are so condescending. They are. He color codes his passive-aggressive emails. And you read them enough to notice. Maya grinned. 4-day weekend in the Hamptons. Open bar. You know Jason's gonna rub Tiffany in your face all weekend. Lena stabbed her straw into her drink. She hated that Maya was right. Fine, she spat. But if Carter says yes, which he won't, it's hands off, no feelings, strictly business. Maya snorted. Famous last words. Outside the bar, a cab screeched to a halt. Through the rain-streaked window, Lena caught a glimpse of a tall figure in a trench coat ducking inside, messy black hair, sharp jawline. Speak of the devil. Maya raised her glass. Go get your fake boyfriend, Cinderella. Lena drained her drink. I'm gonna regret this. Lena found Carter in the break room, glaring at the coffee machine like it had personally offended him. The fluorescent lights caught the sharp angles of his profile, that annoyingly perfect jawline, the faint stubble that made him look like he'd just rolled out of bed. You have to press it twice, she said, reaching past him. Her arm brushed against his, and she swore she felt him tense. Cross. He didn't turn, but his voice was low, amused. Here to critique my coffee-making skills, or just stalking me now? Please. If I was stalking you, I'd at least bring binoculars for a better view of your ego. That got him to face her. Up close, his eyes were unfairly blue, the kind of color that belonged in an ad for overpriced cologne. A smirk played at the corner of his mouth. What do you want? Lena crossed her arms. I need a favor. She laid it out, fake dating, company retreat, making Jason choke on his own jealousy. Carter listened, arms braced against the counter, his expression unreadable. When she finished, he let out a soft laugh. So let me get this straight, he said, pushing off the counter to loom just a little too close. You, who called my last presentation corporate propaganda, want me to pretend to be your doting boyfriend? And you, who said my ideas were cute but impractical, get to be seen with someone who doesn't fall asleep when you talk. His smirk deepened. What's in it for me? I'll cover your next 3 weekend shifts. 5. 4. Deal. He held out his hand. But we're setting ground rules. No unnecessary PDA, she said. No telling anyone it's fake. Obviously. He leaned in, just enough that she caught the faint scent of his cologne, something expensive and woodsy. And if we kiss, he murmured, it has to look real. Lena's pulse jumped. That won't be a problem. Carter grinned. Confident. I like it. This was already a disaster. The resort lobby smelled like expensive cologne and regret. Lena adjusted the strap of her red dress, suddenly questioning every life choice that led her here. Then Carter walked in. The bastard had the audacity to look good, navy suit tailored to his stupidly broad shoulders, hair artfully mussed like he'd just rolled out of bed, which, knowing him, he probably had. His gaze raked over her, lingering just a second too long on the slit in her skirt. You clean up nice, she admitted through gritted teeth. You sound surprised. He offered his arm with a smirk. Ready to sell this, fake girlfriend? Jason spotted them immediately. His grip tightened around Tiffany's waist, Tiffany, who was wearing a dress that looked suspiciously like one Lena had bought last summer. You two are, together? Jason's voice cracked on the last word. Lena curled her fingers into Carter's sleeve. Turns out I have a thing for men who don't cheat. Jason flushed scarlet. Carter chuckled, low and dark, his thumb brushing Lena's hip. She's vicious. I love it. Dinner was torture. Carter played his role perfectly, hand resting possessively on the small of her back, refilling her wine before she could ask, laughing at her jokes like they were the funniest thing he'd ever heard. It was infuriating. It was convincing. It was working. Then came karaoke. Jason and Tiffany butchered a love song, their voices clashing like dying seagulls. Maya nudged Lena hard enough to slosh her drink. Your turn. Lena grabbed Carter's hand. We're up. Oh hell no. Too late. The opening chords of Don't Go Breaking My Heart blared through the speakers. Carter groaned, but followed her anyway, because the deal was the deal, and damn it, they were selling this. By the chorus, they were laughing too hard to sing. Carter's arm slid around her waist, pulling her close as the crowd cheered. And for one terrifying second, Lena forgot they were faking it. The rooftop bar was quiet except for the hum of distant traffic and the clink of Carter's whiskey glass. Lena leaned against the railing, letting the cool night air sober her up after their disastrous karaoke performance. You're a terrible singer, Carter said, coming to stand beside her. Lena snorted. Says the man who sounded like a wounded walrus. He grinned, that infuriating, lopsided smirk that made her stomach flip. Yet you still held my hand the whole time. For the act, she said too quickly. Right. His fingers brushed against hers on the railing. We should probably practice kissing. You know, for authenticity. Lena's breath hitched. That's the worst idea you've had all night. The absolute worst, he agreed, stepping closer. She could smell his cologne now, something dark and expensive with a hint of whiskey. His gaze dropped to her lips. The rooftop lights caught the blue in his eyes, turning them almost transparent. Just one, he murmured. So we're convincing tomorrow. Lena's pulse roared in her ears. One, she whispered back. He leaned in slowly, giving her every chance to pull away. When his lips were a breath away. What are you doing? They sprang apart. H.R. Helen stood frozen in the doorway, her mouth hanging open. Carter recovered first. We were just discussing merger strategies. Lena blurted. Helen's eyes narrowed. At the bar? At midnight? Her gaze dropped to Carter's hand, which had somehow found its way to Lena's thigh. With his hand there? Carter slowly removed his hand. We're in love, he tried, voice dripping with false sincerity. Lena wanted to strangle him. Or kiss him. She wasn't sure which. Helen massaged her temples. My office. First thing tomorrow. As she stormed off, Carter turned to Lena with a shit-eating grin. Worth it. Lena groaned. They were so fired. The next morning, Helen from HR glared at them over her glasses like they'd personally offended corporate policy. We don't fraternize, she said, tapping her pen. Lena sat stiffly in her chair. We're not fraternizing. We're pre-committed. That's not a thing. Carter stretched his legs out, annoyingly calm. Fine. It's fake. Lena's stomach dropped. What? We fake dated to make her ex jealous, he admitted, like he wasn't torpedoing her career. But the problem is. He turned to Lena, his gaze suddenly serious. I don't want it to be fake anymore. The air left Lena's lungs. Helen groaned. Get out of my office. Outside, Lena whirled on Carter. You blew our cover. Because I'm tired of pretending. He stepped closer, backing her against the wall. I like arguing with you. I like your terrible karaoke. And I really, his voice dropped, want to kiss you for real. Lena's pulse pounded in her throat. This is such a bad idea. The worst. Then his mouth was on hers, hot, insistent, nothing like their staged kisses. His hands slid under her blazer, fingers pressing into her waist as she fisted his stupid, perfect tie. When they broke apart, they were both breathing hard. Lena swallowed. We're so fired. Carter smirked. Worth it. Down the hall, Maya popped out of a conference room, phone raised. Called it. Lena's phone buzzed non-stop as they exited the elevator. We're trending on the company's Slack, she muttered, scrolling through messages. Apparently, HR hallway makeout sessions violate at least 3 workplace policies. Carter shrugged, adjusting his tie, the same one she'd nearly strangled him with 20 minutes ago. Only 3? I was aiming for 5. Maya materialized beside them, waving her phone. The video's already got 87 likes. Also, Jason looks like he swallowed a lemon. Lena groaned, pressing her hands to her flaming cheeks. We are never living this down. Speak for yourself. Carter slid an arm around her waist, pulling her against his side. I've never been prouder. Lena elbowed him, but didn't pull away. You're insufferable. Yet here you are. His thumb brushed her hip bone through her blouse, sending a shiver up her spine. Suffering. Voluntarily. Maya fake gagged. I regret everything. I wanted drama, not diabetes. The CEO's assistant rounded the corner, lips pursed. Mr. Hayes, Ms. Cross, conference room. Now. Lena's stomach dropped. Carter squeezed her hand. Together, he asked quietly. She laced their fingers together. Might as well. The damage is done. As they walked, whispers followed them like a wake. Think we'll get fired? Lena whispered. Carter smirked. Worst case scenario, we start that consulting business you're always talking about. With you as my business partner? She snorted. That's punishment enough. He leaned down, breath warm against her ear. Admit it, Cross. You'd miss me. Lena didn't deny it. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe.